because, well, as Gomer Pyle once said, surprise, surprise, Vikingo is now the new AAA Mega Champion. I could have never seen this coming. I thought for sure last week when we watched Monday Night Raw that graphic up there that said Vikingo was wrestling Chad Gable this coming weekend for the Mega Championship. I thought to myself, do they know that that's not accurate? Because Alberto Del Rio is still the Mega Champion. So there's no way that belt could be. I mean, that's impossibility, really, when you think about it, Jeff. But somehow over the weekend, through the grace of God and a Vikingo is now the new AAA Mega Champion. Yeah, let's get the clapping going.
Conrad, you know what I got to say to that?
What's that?
Turn the car around. Turn the car around. You mean to tell me, really, Vikingo is the AAA champion? Like as we're recording this on Monday,
he did it.
Doing this? No way. No,
he did it.
Conrad, I don't believe that for a minute, because the timing and the coincidences of it all, and they have the event, the worlds collide, and how the dominoes fall. I don't believe in coincidences, only convergences. There's no way that they could have put a graphic up and they knew Alberto Del Rio was not going to be, Alberto Patron was not going to be on his game. And the odds of it coming down, if I remember correctly, our good friend Dorian got involved. Like, how did all this really happen, Conrad? Because I'm in a stupor that the odds of them posting a graphic and then it coming true, like, is it leap year?
I don't know what's going on, but I know that this weekend, when Worlds Collide happens, it's this Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern on YouTube. We're going to have El Hijo de Vikingo versus Chad Gable.
In a three-way with Patron?
Nope, Patron's not there. That is the great question, I guess. There is a debate. JBL has been pretty loud and proud saying that he thinks Del Rio is one of the very best in the world right now. He thinks that he's getting incredible reactions. He's seen the way the crowd's responding to him in AAA. And JBL thinks that, the former Alberto Del Rio is a megastar. A lot of people online feel like WWE doesn't want anything to do with him. And that's the reason they pulled the belt off of him and they put it on Vikingo. I'm not saying whether or not you think he deserves a second chance. That's maybe a separate discussion. Do you think we'll ever see the former Alberto Del Rio back in WWE?
Yes.
Or do you think this was okay?
Because he can make him money. And I've said, like our friend Sam Adonis, he's an American but bilingual. When you have the skill set, and I'm not talking about monetization in Mexico, which is there. I'm talking about in America. When you have the ability to utilize a talent that looks good, can work his ass off, that is bilingual and can emotionally connect with Spanish speaking and English speaking, there is no doubt in my mind, because of what, going back to, Ari, he's worried about the bottom line. But let me just say this. I don't know their relationship, and I'm talking about the personal relationship between Paul Levesque and Alberto. I don't know that. I really don't. If I had that, I may have a little insight, because from a creative subjective, from a subjective point of view, that it may not interest Paul. He may not be interested in Padron services from a subjective creative point of view. So I don't know that, but from a business bottom line, there's no doubt they'll utilize him.
I can't wait to see what happens next, because I do feel like a lot of the internet wrestling community believes that they took this belt off him because they don't intend to do business with him. But I think other people would argue, no, they know there's some connective tissue with the whole storyline that Chad Gable's had on TV. And we think that visually we could get some pretty spectacular exchanges if we combine his skill set and Vikingo's skill set. And maybe that's it.
So let me ask you. I've in my mind, we'll see, but that's why we watch. Don't you believe Chad's going over?
Oh, you do?
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
How will that be received in Mexico, in your opinion? I mean, you're laughing, but listen, there's a lot of people who are listening to us talk right now, Jeff, and they've not been a regular viewer of AAA. They've never been to see Lucha in Mexico. So they're going to watch this show this weekend, maybe without even having seen the first, what I would call the real When Worlds Collide from WCW over 30 years ago. And maybe they're thinking, hey, I kind of want to see that updated and see what this is all about. And this is something to do before Money in the Bank. And if they've just been a WWE watcher, they might not feel like that's a big deal. But I'm wondering, since you and I know that CMLL has already changed the way they're promoting themselves in Mexico to say that we're, 100% authentic, Mexican or whatever. Having an American champion not long after you announce the acquisition of AAA, on the one hand, you could say, well, that's heat, brother. And nobody knows that better than you. I mean, you used to throw tortillas on the way to the ring.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering, is that going to be received differently because they understand the real life business economics of it? Does that create a huge opportunity for CMLL if they do go with Chad Gable?
I do. And look, again, Philippe and Dorian, and so AAA, Dorian, Philippe, and TKO, they acquired the asset. They're going to do what's best for the asset, and they want to put their stamp. They want to brand it that way. But the AAA of years past, it's gone. It no longer exists, and I think that digesting is amplified. To really digest that, it amplifies because. Look, and I get the benefit, if you will, or almost the luxury of wrestling in that country since 04 pretty consistently. And I'll say understanding or beginning and understanding the framework of how the fan base views and I don't want to just say the Americans, but at the end of the day, Lucha Libre is ingrained in the culture to a degree that Conrad, no disrespect to you, and I think because you went down there, but like year one was I around, I kind of understood it. Year two, a little bit more. Well, once you get into 5 and 10 and 15, 20, then things click and a little bit more and a little bit low, a little bit more and a little bit more. It is a different set of circumstances. It is a completely different culture. And that's where I'm not sure, all signs pointing and it goes back to, look, we're on the podcast and it's just our opinion and we're thinking, but I think we agree that wasn't a mistake that they advertised Vikingo and Chad Gable and overlooked it. They're not worried about, quote unquote, the existing AAA fan base or the past AAA fan base. Only time will tell if that's a mistake or not. But I think putting Chad as the champion, and we'll say Chad hadn't been a main eventer, and I'm not sure that's going to resonate with that fan base, but I'm not sure, getting on the other side of this. Hey, Jeff, we don't care. We've kind of let you know that we don't care. This is the product we're going to put out, and this is the fan we're going to attract in. And they, for all we know, they may say, look, we're going to be just fine. We don't care about the quote unquote professional wrestling fan in Mexico. We're going to create our sports entertainment fan, and that's who we're going to cultivate. That may be the strategy. That's why, like you just mentioned, the CMLL opportunity is massive right now. I think it's the biggest opportunity that CMLL's had in 20 years, maybe more.
Don't we all love summer vacation, relaxing, laying out by the pool, barbecues, hitting the beach, doing, well, nothing? Well, how about a summer vacation from your house payments? With SaveWithConrad.com, you can do just that. Reduce your monthly payments by making the equity you built up in your home work for you. You can roll together those high interest rate credit cards into one lower monthly payment and perhaps access some of that newfound equity to turn your house into your dream home with no money out of pocket. And how about this? You get to skip your next 2 house payments. That's right. You won't have to make your June or your July house payment. You're done until August 1st. Go right now to SaveWithConrad.com. Let my team run the numbers for you for free. There's no obligation, and if we can't help you save some cash, we won't waste your time. And did I mention we're offering a 3-year guarantee right now? That's right. That means if at any point interest rates improve over the next 3 years, you get a free refi. That's right. No new lender fees from us. So you get to save money now without wasting money later when the rates improve on a whole second set of closing costs. Why not go to SaveWithConrad.com and get a guarantee? Save money now and save money later with your friend in the mortgage business. That's me, Conrad Thompson at SaveWithConrad.com. Shoot me an email at Conrad@SaveWithConrad.com. Give us a call at 888-425-0105 or get yourself a quick quote. Even talk to a live person right now at SaveWithConrad.com. NMLS number 2129, equal housing lender. Let's take a summer vacation from house payments at SaveWithConrad.com.